Good evening. This is Dr. Anthony Chang of AI Med coming to you this time in the evening so we can accommodate our two amazing guests in Taiwan from inwinSTACK. I had a couple of questions for MT. One is, how do you, with inwinSTACK, how do you deal with noisy labels in the interpretation tools that you have?
Okay, so from our research, maybe we do some early research for some COVID-19, such as like X-ray medical image and something like raw data for the electronic record. And then we find out there's some data issue for that. So for example, like data imbalance and some missing data for that. So we start to realize maybe we have to handle the data quality first. So now we are provide some tools for testing some quality of the data and the model. So in this point, maybe we more like we are not focused for the accuracy of the model. So we are focused on try to use the model to find out the data noise or some imbalance data issue problem like that.
The other thing I really like about what you're doing is you're decentralizing the machine learning models as a way to increase the quantity of medical data. Tell us about that, MT.
Okay, so we find out, for example, like when we Google the COVID-19, such as like image data or some raw data, so it's quite difficult. And because of course, some of the we still need more data for some organization. But we find out this because there's another issue because of the law regulation, some law to limit about the data privacy issue. So we are designing some of the decentralized tool to help on this. So the main idea of this decentralized tool is we do some encryption, and before we send out we didn't send out our data, we just send some feature and use this kind of methodology to share the weight, to share the picture together, and try to merge all the data together and try to train a better model for that.
I know Taiwan has very, very little COVID going on, but have you made any adjustments in your work using these two aspects that you just talked about?
Okay, so we try to design some easy tool, and they can help us after the training. So we will do some analysis for the model and the data. So they will help us to easily find out, for example, like it's noise label or it's our mistake for some label. Yeah. Then we will provide some maybe easy tool to check some maybe like the sensitivity, such like this. And it can speed up our developer time for some training life cycle like this.
MT, can you introduce your colleague CT and tell us what CT is doing? CT?
Okay, so CT is our top engineer, so he is developing some platform for also then we are try to decrease the development time for the training process. Yeah, okay. So let's work on the. Yeah.
Good morning to you. Good evening to me. How are you, CT? Can you tell us about Ari? That's something that you're very excited about, right? Ari?
Yes. I lead a team to develop the Ari. The main goal of Ari is to give a user an easy-to-use AI development platform. And according to our experience, it's difficult to set up a development environment. In order to set up an environment for developing a model, you have to type many commands and solve a lot of dependency problems. So for example, if you want the computing power of GPU, you have to install the GPU driver and the other related library. And if you want to try different frameworks or you have some dependency problem, you will not be able to install all of the software in one environment. So the solution is to install only one framework in one environment, but then you will have many environments to manage. So if this doesn't give you an a headache. It will still waste you a lot of time of doing this tedious work. So what works is that you have to move data between different environments, and moving data between different places is another burden for data scientists. So we don't want this difficulty stop data scientists from using the latest AI technology. We decide to build ARI, and I hope that ARI really can help users to easily deploy multiple environments and get access to user data in the same way.
No, it's a very, very impressive platform. And you also use, it integrates with blockchain, is that right, CT?
Yes, that's correct. We believe that federated learning is a good way to train the model while keeping data on user side. But we also find that data owners want to know who has used their data, and the users cares about the traceability of models. And since blockchain is a good decentralized architecture to record transactions across many computers, so we believe that it is a good solution to meet this requirement.
Well, I think as healthcare data becomes more important in terms of cybersecurity, I think that will be a very important part. So CT, thank you very much from inwinSTACK in Taiwan, and also MT, thank you also. So we really enjoyed chatting with you about what's going on in inwinSTACK, and really looking forward to you presenting your good work in future meetings of AIMed. So thank you very much, MT and CT.
Thank you.